What's up, everyone? This Garden Rocks with Adam. I'm here to show you how to start your very own container garden with some simple steps, a do-it-yourself container garden for beginners. So we have here a few items to get you started. We have some containers, right? Some big containers, some small containers. It doesn't matter really the size, as long as they are not the smallest. And they could be as big as you want it to be, right? You need a few essentials. So you need the containers, right? You need potting soil mix. I have some organic. I have also regular potting mix. It doesn't matter, either or. It's what you prefer. And then I also have some fertilizer so that you have a good balance of nutrients. It can be, as long as they have a good balance of nitrogen, phosphorus, and magnesium. Also, I have some Epsom salt that you can pick up at your local store. And then I also have some worm castings or aka worm poop, which gives off extra nitrogen, because when you put things in containers, they don't have actual worms in there. So the nutrients that worms give off is their poop, and it becomes fertilizer for your plants. So some easy vegetables and herbs that you could start in a container for relatively cheap and inexpensive, right? We have lettuce and arugula. We have oregano, and we have different types of radishes. These are all container friendly. With the radishes, they take anywhere from 20 to 30 days from planting to harvest, so relatively quick. The lettuce takes about roughly 30 to 50 days, depending on the lettuce, to germinate and then to harvest. And then oregano, you have about, this one says 85 days. There's some oregano, well, it's a bit windy here, so we have the wind blowing some of our seeds packages. So I'm gonna put my scissors over here, try to hold them in place. And then, so what we're gonna do, and it's really, really simple. You're gonna take a few handfuls of the potting mix, put them in, and then we're going to then put some seeds on top, take a little bit more, and then water it in. And then ta-da, you're done. So I'm gonna show you and demonstrate how to do that. So I'm gonna start off with radishes. I'm gonna fill, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 pots that are filled with some of my potting soil mix. I'm next going to put in some fertilizer. Right, just take a little bit of fertilizer. You don't need too much, just a pinch, because fertilizer does come with the potting mix. So just a pinch, mix that in there. Right, take a little pinch of magnesium or Epsom salt. Right, mix that in there. You don't want too much. Mix that in there. Then you want to take some of the worm castings or worm poop. You can use gloves, obviously. So those worm castings are actually clean. They kind of filter it, and it's worms that are raised on a farm. And then, so if that makes sense, that's kind of an oxymoron. Clean worm poop. But you kind of mix it in, work it in, and then once you're done mixing that in, you then can sprinkle a little bit of the radishes in. And I'm using right here, I'm using a container friendly. Picked it up at the local dollar store. It is the radish French breakfast. Work that in a little bit. Don't want to cover it too much, just kind of working in a little bit. You don't want to like push it in, as these are shallow root. And then I'm gonna water them in. So have you watered them in, and then easy peasy lemon squeezy. So you water them in. You want to make sure you get a nice water, right? Just like that. You're just watering them in. Nice and simple, right? And then that's it. Then you have your container garden started with radishes. Let's set that one aside. And then I'm gonna go on and move on to the next one. These are early globe radishes. And again, I put in my fertilizer, my Epsom salt for the magnesium, and worm castings for extra nitrogen. And then all I do is I sprinkle a little bit around, right? Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take extra potting soil mix and just lightly cover them, right? You could lightly cover them. You could take some of your other soil and just kind of move it around, cover it just lightly. See, just covering it lightly, just moving it around, covering it lightly, right? And then I'm gonna water this in a few minutes. So the next easy vegetable that you can grow in a container, very container friendly as it says right there, is loose leaf blend lettuce. This would be a great addition. So you'll have radishes, you'll have lettuce. Makes a really, really simple, easy salad. This will germinate in roughly 40 days, 40 to 50 days. 45 days to harvest, says it right there. 45 days to harvest, month and a half. And you're gonna have radishes, you're gonna have lettuce. And what you do with that, again, you, like the radishes, you lightly over the top, just kind of shake the bag around, right? Leave half of it, because what you're gonna do is succession plant with both the radishes and the lettuce. And then you're going to, what that means is you're going to plant some of it now, and then in a week later, you're going to plant the rest of it in another container, so that when you're done harvesting your lettuce, you'll always have another set of lettuce happening again, or another set of radishes happening again for the next week to pick. And then with lettuce, it's cut and come again. So when they grow baby lettuce, right, you're not trying to grow the full head, a full head of lettuce. You're trying to get leaves, and then you cut it. Don't take the whole plant out, you cut it, and then it'll regrow lettuce again within another 2 weeks, or within another week, right? And then you'll always have lettuce, enough lettuce to make yourself a salad. So again, you sprinkle a little bit in, right? Take some potting soil mix. You don't want to cover them fully. You just want to put this all around. Sprinkle good 2, 3, 4 handfuls, depending on the size of your pot, all around. Just enough to barely cover it. Just enough to barely cover it. And then you water it in. All right. Then the next one that we're going to cover for herbs is oregano. So if you like to add Italian spice, you could use oregano. You could grow basil in containers. You could grow, if you like having mint in your salad, any kind of herb. It's very easy to grow in containers. I have oregano. This one is, again, container friendly, so you want to look for things that say container friendly on the seed package. And this one's 85 days to harvest, so it does take a little bit longer. There are herbs that take a bit shorter of a time. You just got to look at the package. And I'm going to do the same thing what I did with the lettuce. You kind of sprinkle it on, sprinkle it in. These seeds are very, very, very small, very small. So you want to do this where you can see them and that you're outside for any spillage. And again, you just kind of want to, even less so than the lettuce, you just want to do a little bit around. It doesn't take much, just a little bit. 1, maybe 2 handfuls, maybe 2 handfuls. And that's what you have. You have now oregano, radishes, lettuce, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then in about a week, I'm going to succession plant and put more in these containers here, and then water them. And then in roughly 5 to 15 days, they will germinate. The radishes and the lettuce will come out first, and then the oregano will come out. So easy, simple ways to start a container garden if you don't have a lot of room, and if you don't have a lot of space, you can garden, right? It's been a simple do-it-yourself how-to guide on how to start your own container garden for those who have limited space, who are beginners, who just want to get their feet wet on how to have fresh vegetables and herbs. Remember, if you want any of these, items, please use the links below in the description, or similar items. If you like this content, enjoy this content, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, comment below. I'll be back in a few days with more good content on how-to guides. This is This Garden Rocks with Adam. Remember, even your garden can rock too.